So what does just shy of $700 buy you at auction? Well, this is what it bought me. Good morning, folks. It's Rod here. I am 8:30 in the morning. I have made one trip to the dump in the little blue truck, the little Ford Ranger. We're going to get on the bigger one. It's like, let's call it Big Brother, the orange truck. I say orange because that's what my wife keeps correcting me, and I am colorblind, so I like to call it tomato soup red. But anyway, that truck is completely packed. I don't open the store until noon on Fridays, so I got a little bit of time to get that one. Hopefully it'll start. I put the charger on it the other day before yesterday. Let it sit on there all day. I have a jump box there at the shop. I just hope that it ends up just being that the battery was dead and not something worse, like an alternator, or that I have to replace the whole battery. I mean, replacing the whole battery isn't that bad. It's pretty easy enough to get to. But I have to get that done before my landlord gets a conniption. Okay, I'll take that call. That was Kathleen. I got busted. So I was at a stoplight. This idiot, he looked like he was trying to start something. So we both took off at the light. Me and my little blue truck, and him and his whatever piece of crap car, and just took off the line. And I didn't have a chance, but it was fun trying. So I get to the next light, and Kathleen was at that light, you know, running perpendicular. She was heading south, and I was heading east. So I just got a call saying that I'd been busted, that she saw me drag racing down Hanley, which is the road. So I had to explain myself. So anyway, I'm going to go try to get this red truck started. Hopefully it just starts right up. That's what my plans are. We'll see we'll see how it goes. Well, folks, I got the truck started. I'm heading to the dump. As you can see, I got a full load back there. One of my least favorite things to do, because it just takes time, but here we go. Well, folks, it was a day. We hit our 500 mark. I think I ended up at probably close to 505, a little bit down from the last 3 weeks, but my goal is 500 each week, and we hit it. What? Long nights this week, but you know, isn't that all of our stories when we're entrepreneurs? Is you're happier to work 80 hours for yourself so you don't have to work 40 for somebody else. And that really is true. But it is tiring. This week it was. I was dragging, you know, because I get off, I leave the shop around 12:30, and I'm going to try to hit this light. Shoot, I'm probably going to get a ticket. Okay, I don't normally do that, but I was really wanting those people to get out of my way so I could go. It was just a little bit red, but you know, I get to leave the shop around 12:30. It usually takes me about an hour to wind down, so not getting to bed till about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then getting back up at 8. No, not 8, 6:30. I don't even know what time we get up. That's how bad it's been this week. It's about 6:30 when I get up, because I typically get up. My morning routine is I get up, I get myself ready for the day, shower, get dressed, Then I head to the kitchen, and I usually make my wife and daughter hot breakfast, pack my daughter's lunch, and while I'm doing all that, and I feed the dogs. And when I'm doing all that, Kathleen and Izzy are getting ready for their day. Come in and eat breakfast, and then they head off. Kathleen takes Izzy to school, and I'm heading to the shop. And we're typically meeting up at the shop around 8 to 9. It depends on the day. So today I'm powered by Monster. Heading to the auction. I don't know if I'll spend as much this week as I did last week, but I anticipated a truckload, so I actually brought my own boxes. I think I'm gonna. Somebody said you should just take totes that are specifically for auction. That way, you can, and that does make sense because I like ideally everything to have a lid because it's easier to pack. It takes up less space, and I just cover it up with a tarp and go. I usually wrap it up in a tarp. I lay my tarp out on the bottom of the bed, throw everything in there, stack if they have boxes, fold all the sides up, wrap it up like a nice little warm burrito, strap it down, and I'm good to go. And the reason I wrap it up like that is so I don't have to unload that night or tonight as it is. And I can wait till tomorrow till I start my Saturday to unload and start going through things. The week has been good. It's nice to have a competent employee to help out that picks things up fairly quickly. It really takes a load off. Not off the picture taking yet, although I think in the next week or so I'm going to start letting her help with that. That part is a little harder to let go. I hate touching things more than once, but I think that'll offer me the opportunity to go in and fine-tune the listings, checking for spelling issues. Folks, it's not because we don't know how to spell. For the most part, it's because we use swipe or the computer or the phone self-projects what you want to say, or voice to text. It always never completely understands. I really think that this modern technology is really dumbing society down. It tries to tell you what you're typing, and it's going to get to the point where you don't even have to know how to spell anything. Your technology is going to do it for you. Reading a map. My wife could not look at a map and get from point A to point B to save her life. I know how to read a map. We went down to, this was several years ago, we went to Arkansas. It was a big family reunion on my mother's side. I've got family in the Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, Texas area, that whole area. And we go down there, and we were actually in Oklahoma first, and then for the actual family reunion, we drove over to Arkansas. And the Verizon, back then, it was Verizon Navigator, I think it was. For whatever reason, when we went into roaming, Kathleen's Navigator wasn't working, and she almost had a conniption. She did not know how we were going to go. What's this douchebag? Sorry, this idiot back behind me sitting there giving me fingers and waving and shit. I'm going 50 miles an hour in a 45. And he's trying to ride right on my ass and waving his hands up in the air. I don't see any red lights that gives him the authority to speed down the road. Anyway. Dumbass. It's 45. 45. 45. Sorry about that. Freaking idiot. Anyway, her navigator wasn't working. She freaked out. So I just pull out a map. Let's go get a map so we know where we're going. So I didn't have one with me, but I did go to the gas station. And I've got this map sprawled out on the hood of the car. And a cop actually pulled over asking if he needed help. I'm like, no. I said, this is a perfect opportunity for me to teach my wife how to read a map. He did end up helping us out, but it was just funny that she did end up calling Verizon, having fixed the roaming issue, and she got her navigator back. Man, that's a long story just talking about technology dumbing us down. We just don't have to know anything anymore, it seems like. So anyway, I'm heading to auction. We'll see what I buy. I've done enough rambling right now, and we'll talk to you in a bit. So what does just shy of $700 buy you at auction? Well, this is what it bought me. We're going to do this in stages just because I'm trying to get my truck unloaded. I should get my receipt out. I'll tell you in just a minute how many of all these cars I got, because I left my receipt. As you can see, more of these die-cast banks. I think most of them are banks. Just to give you an idea, there's quite a few of them in there. There's more stacked in here. And then shoes, it's a mixed bunch when I go to auction. You never know what I'm going to bring home. Then we'll move over here. I got this, I think it said John Franconi violin. I don't even know if there's anything, or Raymond. Let me see there. No, John Erickson. John H. Erickson. Violin is in rough condition. It'll be probably a wall hanger. I haven't even looked anything up on it. My daughter does play the violin. These are some of my first purchases. I don't know why. I probably paid up a little bit for these. I might have given $10 maybe. Maybe 8. I don't know. I'd have to look at the receipt. Bunch of little hairpins. Is that what they are? Those long needles. And I like the little, it looks like it might be silver plate. And this little tray of little perfume bottles. And in the bottom of this box, I ended up with a Yamaha CD player. I'll have to test that out, and a trailer hitch. And then, this is going to get crazy because I'm going to set my phone down and make you stare at that for just a second. I got these cool lamps. There's a pair of them. I didn't see any damage to them. I'll, of course, take a closer look. But little Victorian style lamps. I thought were pretty cool. And a cot that I think is broke. I'll have to see if I can finagle and get it to piece back together. But I just noticed that. This was on table ends, so just like a lot of us, when you buy stuff in bulk like this, you're going to end up filtering through stuff and tossing it. Just so you don't know, I don't just buy die-cast. I've got a whole box of shoes. These are open, but they're all brand new. Probably returns or shelf pulls. There's boots, slippers, slide-ons. There's a Mr. Coffee 12-cup percolator or coffee maker, and it actually has a broken pitcher, so I got it for dirt cheap. I have extra pitchers from around here that I bought on other table ends where the pot didn't work. I got this 3 canister set. This one is missing the seal on it. And I'll probably contact the maker and see if I can get one sent for pretty cheap. And it's just got the little measurement on there. It's a set of 3. Got 2 electric kettles. Every one that I've gotten that said it didn't work, I was able to clean up using a little vinegar and water and letting it sit in there. And it just seemed to heat up just fine. I tested it before I ran it to the auction. A little Rabbit electric wine opener, some more boots, some Thai beanie slippers. Look at that, 2 pair of those Beanie Boos. I don't even know what this is. Like I said, sometimes I go through. Oh, this is a 18-volt drill. And there's some combos. I don't even know what these go for. There's some Adidas. And some more of these combos and memory foam Skechers back there. I gave $3.50 a pair for all the shoes. I think the cars I ended up doing $4.50 each and bought the whole table. Coming right back over here, I got all this cool Native American pottery. I'm trying to keep it somewhat from banging up against each other. No scratches or anything or breaks. Little wedding vase. There's a bell back here. Little TP ashtray. Little planter. Little salt shaker. A candle. I don't know anything about this. They are all marked on the bottom. Little red. It's probably 2015 is what the 15 mark is. I think I gave 7.5 for these. It's a large Columbia jacket. I believe it is pre-owned, but it is in really good condition. And this has a few, looks like a couple little holes there. I don't think that's going to affect the sale of it. And this is a, I knew this just a minute ago, Adam Levine. I don't know anything about that. I mean, they're probably on eBay. Those are probably not that pricey. But let me get this stacked up and we'll get more stuff in. Real quick before I get another load, here's the set of those same canisters in box, new, open box. So I got a couple more coffee pots. This one says it's not working, but I always run them through, test them through, try to run some vinegar and water through them, clean them. Some more shoes. I've got this Apple Master. This is just going to be mixed bag. Some gloves. I've got helmets, sitting stepper, candles, binoculars. It's a herb garden.
miscellaneous tools and stuff, little screwdriver sets and everything. And some camo, a Snuggie, these coffee mugs, walkie-talkies, X-Acto knife set, screws, some more shoes, a pre-owned rice cooker. The last few things, I've got two of these shadow boxes. There's a brass one. I've got some costume jewelry. I have this wooden and mirrored shadow box. I don't know if that's a guest watch. I don't know if there's anything spectacular. Yeah, nothing really overly spectacular on these. That one's a Yves Rocher. A Timex. Look at that. And there's another Timex. Takes licking and keeps on ticking. And there's a Citizen quartz. So watches. Some brooches. I don't think any of them. I can't tell. They are. I can't. It does have a mark in there. Probably most of them are not going to be marked, but those are jewelry pieces. Oh look, I got earrings. What appears to be a matching necklace. Whoa. Great cluster. These things. You can tell I'm really excited about the jewelry. I got these probably $1 a piece. They're diamonds. And there's those come off the card. And then there's another little die-cast model kit from Racing Champions. Box is a little damaged on that. This one's kind of cool, die-cast metal trailer. I've actually got one of these on auction this week. Another model kit. Doc Otis drive, and imported from Mexico, Carta Blanca plastic sign. And last but not least, I got this little drop leaf table, just a small little thing. I don't typically do furniture, but I think I probably gave $2.50 for this thing. So I just have to make one bid and at least get my money back. But I thought it was kind of cool. I didn't even look to see if there was a manufacturer on it. Originally sold for $15. It is an all mahogany. Look at that. It's kind of cool to find a piece that's marked. True Grand Rapids. So that's my haul. Like I said, just under 700 by the time I paid cash, buyer's premium, and dinner was included in that. That was $6. I'm going to give you just a little bit of a rundown. Heavy's not look at my chin the whole time. So, just to give you somewhat of an idea, $10 for the stereo and the violin. The perfume bottles I gave $10 for. Hat pins I gave $10 for. The table, I guess I did give $10 for the drop leaf table. Jewelry table remains I gave $2 for, so $2 a piece instead of $1. The displays I gave $6.50 each for those. Coffee makers kettles I gave $10 for. 61 die cast cars I gave $4.50 a piece for. The only big purchase I did, the table remains on the lamps, Indian pottery, $15 a piece for that. I think I'll definitely do well on the pottery, and I'm going to do a little bit more research on the lamps. And then every other cot, $2.50, drill, $2.50, shirt, $2.50. There's some shirts I gave $2.50 for. It was California shirt, Van shirt, Indigo jeans, boots, Steelers bag, slipper socks, Bear Paw boots, Wonder Woman shirt, and a jacket. The 2 jackets I gave $7.50 for. The last table remains with a coffee, Instapot, coffee makers, Instapot, shoes, wine bottles, opener, etc. $15 for the table, and the flat walkie-talkies with all those little the tools I gave $7.50 for. Table remains with gloves, clothes, and kitchen stuff was $15 for the table. Tools, frames, batteries, glasses, binoculars. I didn't see the batteries in there. They're in there somewhere. $15 for that table. Oh, I forgot my commercial mini fridge. I bought that. That was $5. Picture remains 3 at $2.50. That was the Otis, the imported Mexico beer, and I didn't show you those pictures. I'll show you those real quick. I gave $2.50 for all that. Let me show you those pictures. I'm gonna knock out of here and head out. So just so I don't miss anything besides the fridge that's still at the auction house, these are the 2 photos or pictures. So it was 2 prints. This one's actually Stepping Stones by Maureen Love. Looks like a photo. And then this is I've had this before. It's a Betty Hubert Zeldin. God's Grace. So that was it. So anyway, now I'm going to head out of here. Thanks for checking out the video. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 just like everybody else in the world that does YouTube. So hit that notification button. We shoot the crap and while we're working. That's our lives. It may not be overly exciting, may not have a lot of information that you're going to learn from it, except for maybe some of the stuff that we're selling. You can take that with you when you're out doing some of your sourcing. I try to give some of the comps that are on eBay on the stuff, and it's all stuff I'm running through my auction house. Anyway, that's it for tonight.